You know, that's where that left hook came from. His corner was telling him about, and he threw it.
Second time Gamboa has been knocked down in October of last year. Adolfo de Jesus knocked him down in the 4th round.
Still with his hands down, in spite of taking another hard shot after rising on not perfectly steady legs. Gamboa still doesn't have his hands up.
Does the wise thing there and ties up Jimenez.
It's one thing to be raw without a real amateur background, but Gamboa's among the most experienced amateurs ever.
Hands are free.
But in a lot of ways, it's such a different game. The white portion of the gloves and the headgear and the constant interference by the referee. Here they make you fight. Left hand to the chin caught the attention of Gamboa. Gamboa shoots a right hand back.
Good thing about Gamboa is very poised, very relaxed. Doesn't seem like these punches are affecting him too tough. And he's still doing the same thing. I would love him to keep his hands a bit higher because you don't want to get caught with no silly shot out there. And when a man's still in front of you and throwing heavy punches, you never know if one of those punches may land. So don't want that to happen. So Gamboa needs to keep his hands a little bit higher.
One thing I did notice about 20 seconds ago, Gamboa threw a left hook that was appreciably slower than punches he's thrown at other parts of this fight. Story in round 4. Gamboa dropped by Jimenez.
Go, break! Step back, step back. Time! Gamboa tiene que ir de frente, tiene que ir de frente el tipo ese.
No puedo tirar más agua. Abre la lengua.
Open your mouth. Stick your tongue out. Stick your tongue out.
And here we see the knockdown. Gamboa, oh yes, being a bit wide with that left hook, and Jimenez throws that straight right hand down the pipe and catches him.
Got him right off to the ear and the temple too, Lennox.
And if he was kind of off balance a little bit because he was trying to go to his left, and that's what happens when you off balance a little bit and get caught with a punch, you go down.
Jimenez landed 12 of 32 power shots, but the most telling, that right hand that dropped Gamboa. And the 4th. Let's see if Jimenez can now use that and build upon it. Gamboa's trying to keep his hands up. It doesn't seem natural to him as he steps in with a combination, shoots a right hand. Jimenez picks some of it off, and then a short left inside.
And that's the thing. If he's always fighting with his hands down, Gamboa, it's not so easy to unlearn that habit.
Well, let me tell you what makes you learn that habit when you get hit and knocked out. And then you think, man, I should have kept my hands up.
Gamboa shoots a right hand. And then is blocking most of that, looking for a counter shot. Can't get it off, though. Well, not a lot of that landed.
Gamboa is saying, let me put Jimenez against the ropes and see how he reacts to that. I'm going to put a little pressure on him and push him back.
Looks like Gamboa is trying to reassert his physical superiority. But even as he does so, he's making the same mistake with his hands down low and is still susceptible as a result to one of those Jimenez counterpunches.
Let me tell you a vital mistake that he's making. After he throws that 4-punch combination, he puts his hands down. Now most guys usually wait till you finish you throw that combination, then they usually answer with their combination. So he has to really be careful of that one. And it does seem like he can't keep his hands up.
But is that part of that long amateur white portion of the glove? Pop, 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 get away, put your hands down, regroup, pop, 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 get points?
Yes.
With a little computer?
Yes, it is. You know, when you've had 400 amateur fights, these are the things, these are the bad habits that occur in your career. That when you turn professional, you need to get rid of.
With that said, according to CompuBox, you see the connects in the round. Gamboa has thrown 44 more punches than Jimenez in the round to this point.
And you see that Gamboa is multi-dimensional. He can attack, he can move side to side, he can slip punches and counter punch. He is a dynamic fighter, even when he's looking less than his best.
But he did stabilize things in round 5. He reasserted his turf. On June 3rd, HBO Sports kicks off a 10-week festival featuring encore presentations of some of our top sports films. Each Tuesday night on HBO and every Thursday night on HBO2, relive some of the most important stories ever told. It all starts June 3rd with a re-airing of Barbaro. On June the 11th, it's the premiere of the golf documentary Back Nine at Cherry Hills, the legends of the 1960 U.S. Open. It's one of the classics when 3 generations of stars, Ben Hogan, Arnold Palmer, and Jack Nicklaus, battled to an epic finish. That is a must see. Round 6 begins for Yuriorkis, Gamboa, and Darling Jimenez. Jimenez dropped Gamboa in round number 4. Jimenez shoots a right hand and another right hand, finds the mark.
And it looks like Jimenez is now less impressed with Gamboa's physical advantages and figures, let me stick to more classical boxing technique and come what may.
To Gamboa's credit, he took a pretty good shot and didn't back up. Jimenez felt the second half of this fight would be different, be able to slow Gamboa down. Will that happen?
Said he was going to do that by working the body early in the fight. He tried. I don't think he had a whole lot of success to the body. But right now, Gamboa looks like a guy who's taking some shots in the body. A little looser, a little sloppier.
A lot of that getting through from Gamboa, but he remains busy.
Gamboa put him right against the ropes because that's where he wanted him, so he can throw some combinations. Now, after he throws the combination, he better keep his hands up because he's always in trouble. And when a guy's against the rope, he's dangerous because he wants to spring off that rope with a powerful punch.
Jimenez tried to hook to the body. That was low. He's being cautioned for that by Russell Mora. Combination back by Gamboa after Jimenez landed a shot to the body. Jimenez blocking a lot of that, but he's not firing back.
Meanwhile, earlier I said Jimenez may want to consider some more reckless pressure, and in fact you can see I was wrong because his steady, consistent, professional pressure has bothered Gamboa in recent rounds. And it's ever increasing, steadily, subtly, more pressure every round.
And he seems to be throwing punches with more disdain behind it, like he really wants to do some damage out there.
And Gamboa throws punches, Jimenez blocks it, but he does not counter them.
And when he's blocking those punches, he's really standing in one spot. After Gamboa throws that combination and moves to the side, Jimenez has to readjust.